Hey yo, Chiksua, today we're going to do something untypical for this channel. We are actually going to do a tier list. So I never thought I would ever do a tier list, but yeah, I guess with the coming update, it's pretty important to know what relics should we focus on, or at least depending on what you focus on, or in general, what your focus of the game is, what I think it's the best. So it's going to be my opinion. And let me know in the comment section what you guys think about it, or if you guys disagree, because if you guys are, like, for example, more a PvP player, you might want to have different relics than what I want for Guild Wars, or what I want for Final Boss or Guild Boss or whatever, right? So it's really hard to make a perfect tier list, but we're going to try to at least show you guys what is eventually important. If you guys are not aware, with the coming update we actually get a free relic, and yeah, so first of all, in my opinion, no doubt S relics are actually those relics. So him, and yeah, those three are going to be my main relics. So here, as you can see, KOF relics I didn't really wanted to use, because obviously KOF, they are basically you can't do them anymore unless you did it already. That's why I just ignore them totally. So those units are my #1 options, because it's not just that they are SSR, they also share with their rare versions, SR versions I mean, and they don't cost any of the medals. Oh, what the fuck is she doing here? So I should remove my, and yeah. So in my opinion, those are going to be no doubt the #1s you should do, especially, like, it depends on if you do have the pizza pies, because it's still very expensive to do it. He's the absolute #1 because he's the highest HP link of all. So a lot of people definitely underestimate Griamore, but Griamore is like pretty much one of the best links you can have. The same goes to, like, Gotha. He used to be the second highest HP, or he used to be the first HP until he got his relic, but now he got his relic as well, and he's a great link for Margaret. Other things I would say, depending on, especially for box, like every free-to-play relics are the relics to go. Oh, actually he's also counting here as well. He's great for the Red Demon. I use him in Red Demons. He is so insane, guys. What are other free-to-play relics? I guess we got everyone already. So this is right now more box related, and now, oh, Mamas as well. And now we're basically going to come to a different point where, let's say you guys rather play PvP, then those units are like rather here, right? If you guys are only PvP guys, those units are obviously completely useless, but once again, they are for free, they cost nothing. So I would say a S character is definitely him. So if you guys don't know, like, he can be played in so many teams, and he can be actually giving you so much comeback potential with his heal, which can actually turn the tables. And yeah, so in my opinion as well, like, T1 is also very great. I would actually, let's go to everyone. So here, guys, I honestly don't even know what he's doing, so that's why I just put him into C. I think she's very interesting, but the problem is, if you are going to use a Merlin, you rather use a lowly Merlin, which means most of the times, or even the Summer Merlin, that means most of the times she's becoming pretty useless, and you barely can use her or any of her other versions, of course. Oh yeah, Zarathos is counting as one of the free relics as well, by the way. But yeah, he is, I tried him out. I tried to make him useful in top 100, not in top 100, in ungeared PvP, but unfortunately I wasn't able to really make a use of Zarathos. So Zarathos is like, it's cool to play with him, but it's not really mandatory. A relic I really like is this one. For any of the copies of her, like for the red one, she is just so insane. She gets an insane stat increase, and she does a lot of damage, so she's definitely one of the #1s. Roxy is definitely a S tier, because even though she doesn't gain any bonus thing, she just gets a massive stat increase, and that massive stat increase is like making her to become a great link, or in 4 vs 4 with 4 humans. That is just insane, guys. So, Ban, I honestly, like, thing is, if he crits, he increases attack, which is definitely interesting, especially, like, in 4 vs 4, but he doesn't really crit that much, so I would rather call him B. Arthur, I would say he is A. So, if you guys have seen my video about the Crimson video, you can actually 3-turn with Arthur very, very well. He's really interesting with Sigurd as well, but he needs kind of another unit in order to work properly. That's why he's definitely not an S tier. So, T1. T1 is hard to tell because the thing is the T1 meta is already gone. Guild War wise, he would be probably S because he's still very, very strong in Guild Wars. But in generatic thing, he's probably more an A. So, coming to him, I had a lot of fun with him. Even in Bird, I used the red Eskano on Bird, but I think he's more like a B. He doesn't do much, he just gains a little bit more attack, which comes from his defense, which doesn't really make much sense. I would say Ban is definitely a S tier because Ban, if you run Ban, for example, in the backline and for PvP, and he comes out, he just has an insane amount of stat increase, especially if he's alone in the field, and also he's like currently the meta units for a lot of content, a lot of PvE content, guild boss, guild final boss, not guild, and in PvP he's definitely staying meta, especially because of all the HP he can have thanks to Twigo, thanks to, I don't know if you guys use Griamore or whatever. Summer Merlin, I would say her Relic, I personally would rate her Relic as a B, but she has an insane amount of utility with her own passive, so what makes her S is more her passive, not her Relic. That's why her, oh, as an A, not B, so that's why he's an A. So Lilia, I don't even honestly know what Lilia does. I think actually Lilia is just mediocre. I totally forgot. I read, but let us check what Lilia does because before I do a wrong decision. So let me see. Whoops! I should just go on to. Oh fuck! It was on characteristics already. So here we can find Lilia. So I know that she gains a lot of health with this, but is it really gonna be worth? Okay, not a lot of health. So if the hero recovers 50% of damage when a hero debuff is removed, so which is barely gonna happen, right? So it's only some stat increase, so it's definitely actually even a C. Not gonna lie, this is even a C tier. It does like literally nothing. Honestly, guys. Oh, I didn't open it up yet. So yeah, I think the blue Lilia is actually a C, not even a B. So. By the way, C is for me the worst. D was just, I used it to have all the units there. I didn't want it to have the KOF units next to them. And yeah, so now coming to Valenti. Valenti, I would actually call her, to be honest, a S. Because the thing is, with her Relic, it's really insane. She just basically always has ult when a unit dies. So if you guys don't know what her Relic does, when a unit dies, she gains 4 ult gauges, which is almost like a suicide unit without having a suicide unit, which makes her very interesting because she also mitigates a lot of damage, but she's way too stally, but still her Relic is, I would say, her Relic is very interesting. The thing is, I never really tested her out because no one has her, at least no one I know has her, so I would rate her an A. She's definitely having better relics than those units. Shin, big fat S. So PvP, not really, but if you have the Shin Relic for Gold Farm, that is gonna be insane, and I will have that soon. I will make a video soon, so definitely stay tuned to that. And now moving to the next one, Emperor Eastern. When she dissolves, she heals. She has a dissolve card. Guild War wise, A. PvP wise, I think more like a B, just because the thing is, yeah, maybe you do dissolve, but I think when you dissolve, it's most likely either somehow that he can, for example, let's say in AA, he can shield so that your dissolve is not going to be helpful, or that you can taunt and then your dissolve is not going to be helpful. So I'm not too sure about her. I'm not convinced about her. Mono Relic, I would actually call it an S. The reason is just the corrosion she puts on. It's going after 20% of max damage, and she has a Sever card, which means she guarantees lands it unless she attacks into a shield and doesn't break. So I would say her Relic is very, very strong. Green Gotha. Green Gotha is, to be honest, a only, so his Relic is great for PvE, but it is just so bad because it doesn't work in PvP. So, Merlin, I think she is interesting, but she's not that important, to be honest, because the thing is, she only deals more damage if there's a debuff on. So basically she gains 20% attack, which is not bad though, because what the Cax the Relic though is that she only gains 50 attack. So that's why I would call it an A. And MK2, I would actually call it a B, because yeah, she gains more pierce when allies get critted. But let's say a unit who has high crit resistance, which you don't crit, which means you can't attack her, you have to crit onto other units. It's like too much RNG in order to even proc the Relic. So now coming, which Relic should you aim for first? So in my opinion, this is the #1 Relic you should do. Maybe the Roxy is, no, Barn should be, in my opinion, the number 2. If you really like girls, you know, obviously, yo, OC goes first, okay? But theoretically, actually, guys, thinking about it, Shin is the #1. As I said, I will make a gold farm video soon, a updated gold farm video, because Shin is gonna be just really meta for the gold farming video. And yeah, so here I would probably do Gotha first, because Gotha still has a lot of utility even though he doesn't do much. Afterwards, maybe I'm not too sure between the Green Merlin and the T1, but yeah, around like this should be fine, unless, of course guys, it really depends on you. Who are you going to plan to use in PvP? If you plan to use one of the other units, let's say, hey, you are planning to use Zarathos, then definitely do Zarathos, right? So, coming here, yeah, she last is best. Her, I'm really not sure if she has a good Relic, because she is like a Tamiel Relic, just she uses attack instead, and most of the times you play her on HP, so it's kind of weird. Here in this case, yeah, Merlin is probably the best of all of them. I think she's even a little bit better here, and Eskano, you know, Eskano is just like people's favorite. I shouldn't grade him so low, but yeah, unfortunately, they should have done it a little bit better. So here, it's all about just okay, besides of Lilia, like Lilia is really terrible. So everyone else is basically, if you do have materials to give them a Relic, just give them a Relic. So I'm not 100% sure if all the Relics are here listed here. Like for example, oh yeah, I know that Magelda is coming. That's why we're gonna mention Magelda as well. Magelda is even a double S tier. The reason is going to be, if you have Magelda Relic and you have her build, okay, you make your bird runs easier, you make your farming easier, which means you can get it faster to everyone else to give them relics. So I would definitely do Magelda. And yeah, I think enough talking. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this, if you agree or if you disagree. Thank you so much for tuning in, and peace out for now.